in testing at any point of time, right? So let us see how it applies to SOA. So the V model for SOA, testing activities should happen throughout the SOA project life cycle. Just like your SDLC, even your service-oriented architecture projects have a life cycle. So V model is a suitable model for this. Why? Because, let us have a look at this diagram more closely. Okay. See, your user requirements reach, and then at that point your user acceptance test is prepared. The document gets prepared, and then your functional specifications are derived, and you check whether your functional specification is in line with your user requirements, and simultaneously your system test, here it is not called a system test, it is called a system service test, which is similar to system testing. Your system test cases are prepared and technical specifications are derived, and they are checked whether they are based on functional specification. And you prepare integration or linking test. Here it is also called as link test. And then once your program, that is your program specification or program design is done, you prepare unit test cases, and then the coding comes, and once the code is done, the testing phase starts, where you start from unit integration or link test and system service test, and finally you do the acceptance test. So this process, the left hand side of the V model concentrates on the SOA life cycle, where the requirements are converted to a working code, right? On the other hand, the right hand side of the V model concentrates on testing whatever was created at each stage. Okay. The center line is the verification and validation point. It provides documents at various stages for doing verification and validation, right? So this process is very apt for service oriented architecture, because it emphasizes a lot on testing. Since here the components are going to be loosely coupled, the integration should happen for components that have common interface. All these things should be checked at very early stages. Just like SDLC, any mistakes in the later stage is very difficult to correct. Okay, I have got a question, but this question is not clear. SOA is used for only in V model. That question is not clear. Can you please reframe it? Someone asked, do you mean all SOA testing use V model? No. Why? Why should it be compulsory? We are just suggesting a suitable model for SOA. If it is agile organization, why should I have so much of documentation? Why should I have so much of pre-prepared documents, right? You can use agile methodology. That's what I'm saying now. Definitely agile methodology is a good candidate for SOA. Waterfall model is not usable. No. Can anyone guess why waterfall model is not usable here? Can anybody guess why waterfall model is not usable here? Validation is not in all stages. Somebody is saying very good. Yes. Testing will be conducted at the end. Someone says yes, very good. Requirements are freezed in waterfall model. Yes, someone says that is also good. Because testing phase will come after development is done. Yes, very good. So one other reason is waterfall model is applicable to situations where you have a very stable architecture. That is, that architecture should not have any scope for change. But we have told in the beginning itself, service-oriented architecture means loosely coupled or loosely working components, which means I can add a new component at any time, I can delete an old component at any time. So using waterfall model here is risky, right? You guys are understanding the reason why you cannot use waterfall model here? Am I clear? Okay. So let us proceed. Okay, someone says, can you repeat it? I am repeating it. See, in a service-oriented architecture, the components are independent, that is, they are loosely coupled, which means at any point of time, I can remove component A and I can add a new component X. This type of changes at the later stage is not entertained by waterfall model, because it assumes that everything is fixed, the requirement is fixed, everything is fixed. That is why it is not applicable for this thing, right? So the applicability of V model to SOA was done based on certain analysis. This is from a research paper. So it is good for us to know, especially if you are trying to face an interview and stuff. So V model is good for SOA for the following reasons. It encourages top-down test and bottom-up test. It is your wish. However you go, it is your wish. Right? So since the components are loosely coupled, however you go, in whichever direction you go, it is your wish. Finally, the composite service should help you realize the full business process. That's all. Right? And like we all have seen in the diagram, it encourages testing throughout the life cycle of the project. So that is one added advantage. Right? So now coming to the testing methodology that is applicable for service oriented architecture, we have to understand how this test methodology is applicable for SOA, right? Let us see.